Hello, Just Too Good here, back from the review, and today we're reviewing a LEGO Store exclusive 2015 seasonal set. It's called the Halloween Scene, and it has 133 pieces, 2 minifigures, and it retails for $10 in the United States. So the first minifigure is this little boy or girl, just a little kid dressed up as what I would believe is a witch, but there's a few things what I like about it and a few things I don't like. For example, that torso does not fit a little kid. I mean, that's very well developed for a kid. But what I do like about it is that that torso is uncommon, so it is nice that they did include it. The face print's also kind of nice too. It's not anything, exclusive, but it's still a pretty cool face print that we've gotten before. Black hat with the witch's hat is pretty nice as well, because that doesn't come in too many sets. And the bucket accessory is pretty neat as well as the broom. But yeah, so it's cool that they include that torso even though it doesn't really fit a kid, but that's it for this minifigure. Second minifigure is just a LEGO minifigure skeleton. It uses that newer body with that little smiley skeleton face. But the body that was used with the Ninjago line where it's not the wobbly arms, which I really like. So there's two builds of the set. There's the little front door to a trick-or-treating house where kids are ready to trick-or-treat at. That's pretty nice. And then they have this little spooky tree right here. So for that first build, the little front of the house, it matches the same kind of standards that the other seasonal sets this year that are kind of like these scene type sets uses, where it's just all on this kind of square right here, which are made up of 2 plates. But I really like that because they pack a lot of small details into this simple little scene. I like this little cemetery, or not really cemetery, but gravestone right here, which looks like a really neat to build for just the amount of pieces they use and how small it is. Now they kind of fit this at the edge right here while still leaving room for, other little details like these little pumpkins right here, which are also pretty neat. And they do include 3 of these in the sets, that little plain minifigure head in orange, which is always nice to get. Then inside the actual house, I wish there was more of maybe like a candy bowl or something, but all they have is just this little implication of maybe a candy stack or something like that. But there's not much else inside. Other details I really like are the little windows right here, which they use some translucent bricks and plates, which are just 1x1 brick, and then they use 3 of those 1x1 translucent little plates right there, and it makes for some really nice kind of glass stained windows right there, which look pretty cool. Or maybe there's like a little light glowing in there to make it look spooky inside. And also I like the roof right here where they use a lot of these double cheese slopes to give it kind of a nice little kind of rigid look up there. So overall, pretty darn cool. It's just the only part is you stick the skeleton guy right here, and basically this is probably the guy who's answering the trick or treat. Yeah, it's a little bit weird to see just this kind of decayed corpse of a person answering the door and giving out candy, which I just thought was really funny how they included an actual Lego skeleton, because like this is really what they use for dead people, skeletons in various Lego themes. So it was an interesting choice to have that as a person handing out candy, but other than that, pretty nice scene, and even the door works just fine. So here's the rest of the build. It's just this little kind of corner tree, and they kind of match the same color scheme that's found on the house build. I also like how they use these kind of olive branches right here to match these little olive grass pieces right there that are found on the house. And for the rest of this build, there's not much going on. There's another pumpkin, a little bat, but still pretty neat on how it just kind of adds to the scene of the set. And so that is it for the builds, and now let's go on to the box and then the final verdict. So here is just the box for the set. Pretty neat. And the back. And for the one instruction booklet, nothing too interesting except they show a preview of the Thanksgiving set, which looks amazing. I really love how that came out. Very neat looking set. Okay, so out of all the 3 of the sets that we've gotten so far, the Valentine's Day one, the Easter one, and now this Halloween one of these kind of seasonal type builds, this one is my least favorite, but I still think it's a pretty darn good set. I mean, for $10, you get some nice pieces like those little olive kind of plant pieces, and also you get a pretty uncommon torso and some nice kind of unprinted minifigure heads. But I don't know, there's just something about the inclusions of the minifigures here. They just seem a little bit odd. I mean, like that torso really doesn't fit the kid. And also the little skeleton right there, that's like a real skeleton. That can't be a person dressed up as a skeleton because it looks, so like it's basically the Lego version of a skeleton that they've done many times before, but it just doesn't make sense for that to be somebody answering the door because that's used for dead skeletons in other Lego sets. But other than that, I mean, the build for the set is really kind of neat. I like kind of the style they use, especially with the roof part and the inside and the windows and everything like that, and the little gravestone right there. So I will rate this set a B. I think it's a good set for $10. You got some nice pieces going on here, and you got a pretty nice scene going on. So that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.